programmer in it.
Martin Hampson of Imperial College looks at other ways of using the internet.
Another use of it is Usenet News, which is a little like email, but it's instead of sent to a particular person, you send to the whole world. So it's like a distribution mechanism.
Usenet, or the news as it's known, is often called a bulletin board on the internet, although strictly it isn't. But Usenet is a subject-divided discussion areas. If you want to read the sex groups there in Usenet, and they're good fun and they're very interesting.
All the sex bondage is not really my interest.
There's discussion groups about the particular computer that I have. You can talk about everything from religion to philosophy to cult TV programs and films. You can even pick up recipes and needlework patterns if you wanted to on the net.
To access the Usenet groups, you may be able to use your World Wide Web browser, but here we will demonstrate a separate piece of news reading software. When you click on the news icon, the program starts and you get a menu of the groups you are already subscribed to. To subscribe to other news groups, you go into the Groups menu, click on Subscribe and choose the groups you're interested in. News.announce.new users contains several useful articles about how Usenet works. Once you've subscribed to and highlighted the group, you press the List button and your computer fetches a list of the recent articles. Sometimes you can choose the maximum number of articles you want to see. When you scroll down the list, you can see there are several articles explaining the workings of Usenet News. The figure on the left indicates the size of the article. A figure over 100 means the article is quite long. Click on any article you're interested in and your computer will fetch it. You can read articles online or save any interesting articles onto your computer's hard disk by clicking on the Archive button in the bottom left-hand corner. Here's an example of some articles we archived earlier. To look at an article, just double-click on it. As you can see, this is an extremely useful article describing all the Usenet groups. You can find the article in news.lists. Generally, people only subscribe to a few news groups because there is so much information. Your service provider or university will usually have many of the latest articles stored on their computer, so you're simply accessing their computer.
If you're new to a news group and ask a blatantly obvious question, don't be offended if someone tells you to go and read the FAQ. They're not swearing at you, they actually mean go and read the frequently asked questions list. Quite often they may also add that you may go an RTFM, which means read the fine manual.
Okay, you've seen a little bit of Usenet groups, and you have to remember that each of these Usenet groups have been going on for a while. So as in each little community, these cultures have developed their own rules and their own customs, and the good thing to do is to lurk for a while, not to join in before you know what's going on. Lurking is just watching, absorbing the culture, developing understanding of what people are talking about and the language they're using. Otherwise, you are very likely to encounter flames. Flaming is a violent expression of disapproval or outburst of emotions, very often without you actually causing it. People are just very sensitive on the Usenet groups, and you have to be very careful about it.
Flaming is attacking people on the net, basically. It's if someone asks a stupid question, if someone comes back and patiently explains that it's a bit of a dumb question and here's the answer, that's one thing. But sometimes people will flame them. It might be because you disagree with an opinion that someone said, or it might be because you're an irascible person that doesn't like it when people ask dumb questions. But if you not verbally, but textually attack somebody on the net, then that's flaming them, and people can get quite irate, and a flame war will develop.
You do anything wrong in a news group and you'll hear from 50 people.
that are, it's quite bizarre, because there's this whole sort of kinship you have when you're on the net, that you always return your email, you do all this sort of stuff, so it's a really nice family thing. However, if you step over the line, the vehemency of the mail you can get back is unbelievable. These people like get very, very unpleasant. Someone was saying in the press that they sort of grow long nails and turn into werewolves, and back comes this mail that is just awful.
So there is in fact a news group dedicated to flames, so quite often when there is a flame war, as it is going on between a pair of people or a group of people within a news group, quite often someone will just sort of turn around and say, take this to alt.flame, and this is, like I say, it's a news group specifically for exchanging flames. This post to the alt.flame news group is following up from someone who seems to have proposed a news group, a new news group, entitled alt.nuke Canada. This has raised some emotions, obviously said with tongue-in-cheek, I hope.